What's up, guys? Iceman here. So, T-Vaughn hooked me up with this necromancer from Discord. Follow Little Ice Boy on Discord if you haven't yet, and become a channel member if you want. Hit that join button, or it's the first link in the description below. Peace be with you. So I have been live streaming lately, so stay tuned for my live streams. I'll probably be doing a few more this coming week, so appreciate you guys. But this necromancer is a poison necromancer. And he's all decked out with pretty GG gear. Level 99, goes by the name of Toxic Slug. And he's pretty damn good. And I'm going to show you guys what he can do. So he has Death's Web, a rather perfect one. 3-part Trangs, which is quite nice. You get the negative 25 to enemy poison res. Just a couple of these things here. A very nice amulet. Coronet with 3 to bone. Poison to bone skills. 20 FCR and 2 facets in there. Enigma for teleport. A couple GCs, Torch, Annie, and a bunch of all res things. Alright. I'll show you his skills in just a moment. So this is player's 1 hell. And even without lower res, here's what he can do to cows. Now, cows are known to be quite thick, so a pretty large pool of HP. So low res, of course, is going to kind of give you the edge here. So I'll cast low res on these ones. But for players 1 difficulty, I mean, it seems to be a pretty fast clear. And here are even some champions. You see that? I mean, it's nice how you have your summons. Here, in fact, I'll even revive a few cows. Not sure how many revives I can have in total. Alright, get a few more maybe. Revives don't last very long. 180 seconds. Holy shit. Yeah, apparently I can have a lot of revives. Ah, that's enough. But yeah, the skeleton damage, your skeleton warrior damage as usual, it just really sucks. I wish that Vicarious Visions or Microsoft or whoever would give your warriors more damage. I mean, they're level 32. It's pretty damn high. Their mastery is level 25 right now. And their damage is complete ass. It just doesn't do much in hell. See, they just swat the shit out of things and they just barely do damage to them. You're pretty much reliant on your mercenary to kill things. So they're basically used as meat shields. And that's pretty much it. To mitigate damage from your necromancer. I'll have some battle orders on Switch. But yeah, as you can see, for players 1, it's pretty fast. I mean, I feel like this is something I wouldn't mind striving for. Because as mentioned in previous videos, I intend to make a Fishymancer, or whatever you call them. I think they're the ones where you have your whole skeleton army for meat shields, and then you max your corpse explosion. You get your mercenary with a high damage output weapon, and hope for him to get your first kill. And once he gets the first kill, you pop the corpse, and with max corpse explosion, it has a pretty damn nice radius. So you can basically run around and clear screens. And unfortunately, I will be running around because I don't anticipate to get an Enigma anytime soon. In fact, I might not get one at all. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, the ladder reset. Stay tuned to this channel. I'll be streaming some of that and making videos, of course. But yeah, I do intend right now to make a necromancer. It sounds like a good time. So. Yeah, this character was made by T-Vaughn on Discord. Like I said, I didn't find any of this shit. Just kind of experimenting. And you could say maybe this is an endgame necromancer. Check this out. So as for the summoning, yeah, I have the 33 into Ray's Skeleton. This is at 26 now with battle orders. 1 into Clay Golem, 1 into the Resists and things like that. 1 into Revive. Looks like you only put 1 point into the curses. So that's fine. Low res is nice to have more points into it. If you watch my stream before this video, I maxed this out and it had a massive radius. So basically it would cover the entire screen when you cast it. It was very convenient. Oh, my summons are starting to die. My revives are. But Okay, so Poison Nova, as you can see here, it's doing over 12,000 damage, and that's min and max, so it's quite nice. A very tight-packed damage, and that's over 2 seconds. And then we just max the 2 synergies, which I think are quite useless. You need a corpse to use this one, so it's pretty useless against bosses, unfortunately. And this one is just over a very long duration of time, 20 seconds, so just not worth it, according to my math, compared to something like Poison Nova. So this boss, or this character, they don't really specialize so much against bosses. But yeah, it's a lot of poison damage, and that coupled with the fact that ideally you'll have a lot of pierce. Look at this. Negative 95. Holy shit, I didn't even know it was that much. And that's without even using lower res. I mean, basically, you don't really need to use lower res for the most part if you're on Players 1 anyway. And maybe I'll showcase on Players 8, but... Okay, in this example now, I'll have Golem out also. I think a Golem. Actually, I don't want to rob him of battle orders. So, for a Chaos run on Players 1, as you can see, the cast rate kind of sucks with this gear selection. You could go for a higher cast rate, but remember, your Poison Novas don't stack. So as long as you can cast it again within the 2-second duration that it lasts, it's not going to affect your DPS in that way. Of course, one could argue, well, Ice Boy, if you can teleport around faster, you're going to kill more enemies. And to that you are correct, but you can, for DPS purposes, like I said, it's not directly affected, as long as you can, if you have, say, like 50 FCR, like this character has, I think, 50 FCR. It's not directly affected, as long as you can get that other poison. And as you can see here, I'm casting several a second, basically, or multiple Poison Novas a second. So, and that's kind of unnecessary and a waste of mana. As you play it more, you'll probably get a feel as to how often you should cast the Poison Nova, and you'll spread it around a little bit more like this. Yeah, but this character is it's very effective, and it's quite gratifying just clearing out the screen. You have all your summons, all your hombres surrounding you, so that part's quite nice. You feel safe, I would say. I feel more safe playing this character than I do a Sorceress, for obvious reasons. Even without the maxed out Lightning Res. The Lightning Res is quite poor on this one. So, let's see how it does Satan. It's a bit, like I said, it's a bit slow on the bosses, and as far as I can tell, I mean, you cast your lower res, you might want to cast a for early on, you cast a Decrepify. Just have 1 point into Decrepify. Or for when you're leveling, normal, nightmare, hell, because it's just very helpful. And then, of course, your summons and your merc would do a little bit more damage. Your summons damage counts for next to nothing, but of course your mercenaries counts for something. If you get some crushing blow on your mercenary and you have Decrepify, bosses won't be too much of an issue, just going through the game. Yeah, that's kind of what I intend to do. I intend to take the road less traveled, and depending on what I find, like if I find a Death's Web, I'll go straight up and start making a Poison Necromancer is the plan. It kind of depends on what I find. But other than that, the Fishy Mancer is a great way to go. Just a summon army, max out Corpse Explosion, I have Nagus Puzzler on Switch maybe. And then you can do a bunch of Chaos runs. You can do, so as you can see here, the skeletons just don't do shit for damage. It looks like my mercenary is actually helping more than anything, and he's with his Holy Freeze. But alright, so we'll see how well it can do Bell. I tried Bell a game or two ago. But yeah, the cast rate can be annoying if you're going for a low cast rate because you just don't teleport around as fast. For convenience purposes, it is nice having a higher cast rate for, say, just summoning things and all that. So, of course, you could have, like, ARAC, you could have FCR rings, you could have You could have Mage Fist if you wanted. And then, of course, you wouldn't have this shield, so you could have Homo, Dark Force Spawn. Yeah, I think Dark Force Spawn would be an okay choice. The 333 one. Or, of course, Spirit even. But it's very beneficial to Pierce. And Infinity isn't going to be helpful for this build, as many of you probably know. Conviction only affects lightning, cold, and fire resistances, so it's not going to affect your poison at all. Oh wow, an unearthed wand. Quite rare, and that's what you find D-Web in. I don't find them very often. I believe unearthed wands, that is, just basic ones. It's crazy how rare they are. Oh wow. Halberd's Reign. Nope, Demon Horde's Edge, dumbass. I knew that. I knew that. Just not enough coffee this morning. I knew that shit was Demon Horde's Edge, right? Don't fuck with me. God damn. Don't be a dick. I knew that's what that damn helm was. Hell yeah. But this character, to my memory, in PD2, for example, I actually enjoyed the Summon Necro more than the Poison Necro. The problem is, in D2R, there really isn't any such thing as a Summon Necro, because you're a Corpse Explosion Necro. Like 96% of your kills comes from your Corpse Explosion and not your summons when you're optimally playing a so-called summon build in D2R. So they really don't exist. However, if they did exist, I think I would enjoy a summon more than the poison. You feel safer, man. You feel nice and safe. And you can watch videos, you can chill with all your homies doing most of the damage. You just walk around casting damage. Maybe it's a good thing they don't have that in D2R, because at least the Corpse Explosion incentivizes you to be a very active DPS Necromancer, whereas in PD2, I suppose one could argue, it's just a very lazy build, and maybe it could get old quick. Surprisingly, I didn't find it to get old very fast. I was okay with it. In this scenario with this wave, what I didn't do is cast Corpse Explosion after 1 or 2 die. See, I do have Corpse Explosion here, just a 1 point in it. It does the same damage across the board regardless of its level. It's only its radius that increases. But that's something very important to keep in mind for waves like the one we just ran into. Or even if you're having a hard time clearing out, say that you're getting through the game, you're getting through hell, your gear sucks. Yeah, basically, you might want to consider mixing in some Corpse Explosion. So here's now Bell. Has a very high pool of HP. A pretty high poison res apparently as well. However, I did cast lower res on him. And in addition to that, I do have the 95% pierce, I think. 95 to enemy poison res. So I have all that going on. But even with that said, on Players 1, look how much of a bitch this is. It's quite impressive how much of a pain in the ass this is. So that's what you're going to run into. Not good for killing Bal. But as you saw, for killing Diablo, it did quite well. Maybe if you were to give your mercenary a high crushing blow item, you could just switch on to him when he kills Bal. Maybe it'd be worth it then, trying him. But as far as I see it, I mean, you need a corpse to use this. And you can't generate corpses in here like you can in PD2. And the poison one, the poison dagger, sucks ass. Over 20 seconds, 50,000 damage, whereas you're already doing 12,000 damage. Almost, you know, about a fourth. However, it's over the duration of 2 seconds. So you're going to have more damage output anyway with this over the poison dagger. So yeah, it's pretty pathetic. Some of those things could be fixed. They could give poison dagger a lot more damage, or give it some AoE or something. They could give us a generate corpse option, but maybe that would be too game changing. So maybe it's best they don't. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. What sort of changes would you like to see for the upcoming ladder on the Necromancer. I think they need to buff up the damage a little bit on the skeletons and the mages, make it a little bit more worthwhile. But like I said, do we really want the option to have like a pure sub-necromancer? Because even though I played that a lot and I enjoyed it, it's a pretty lazy build, man. So maybe they should be careful with how much damage they give these minions. I don't know. What do you guys think? Not long back, I was kind of all on board with them just buffing the hell out of skeleton damage and mages. But I'm just kind of in the mood right now to pop corpses and shit and kill shit with Poison Nova. So maybe that's why I'm holding back on that a little bit now on my thoughts in regards to buffing the hell out of skeleton damage. But they do need a buff. I mean, their damage sucks ass. They should do something. But okay, I'm going to make a player's 8 and I'm going to show you guys chaos real quick. So, player's 8. And I'll kill this outside the Frigid Highlands. I'll see how he does Eldritch and Shank. Oh wow, that's quite a difference, even with lower res. A bit slow. Summon the skeletons. Yeah, that was a bit slow. Screw it, I'm gonna go straight to Diablo. Let's see how well he can do the waves. So I'm going to port to the first seal. Alright, so on my way to the first seal. A little bit of low res. I feel like the Doom Knights and the casters will die quite quickly. The Venom Lords are going to be a bit of an issue, I think. Well, they're just going to be a bit more of an annoyance than the other enemies here. Because I believe they do have either higher HP or a decent poison res, or maybe both. So as you can see here, they do die slower. It's a bit more annoying killing them, but it is doable. So this isn't... It's really not that bad for Player's 8. Let me know in the comments. Where would you rank this? Like, of course, we have the Hammerdin. We have the Blizzard Sork, who could maybe do okay on Player's 8. The Javazan. I think the Javazan is got to be top tier, one of the top tiers for Player's 8. Deck her out with piercing of enemy light res and infinity, things like that. Because like I said, infinity is really not going to help this guy much, unless if you're a. It would if the mages were worth the damn in their damage output, but they're simply not. Even with stacked low res, conviction, mages damage is just completely worthless. But if you're a Corpse Explosion hybrid build, Infinity of course helps, because half of your Corpse Explosion damage is fire. So Infinity is definitely going to help with that. What the shit? Okay, can you just not... It's possessed. Can you not curse possessed enemies? Iceboy should know this. I think you can curse the Oblivion Knights. Can't you? Oh, fuck. Maybe you can't curse the Oblivion Knights. Let me find out. Holy shit. That's something I should have known. Okay. There's one. It's cursed. You can curse the Oblivion Knights. So, can you just not curse the possessed Oblivion Knights? Or can you just not curse the possessed enemies in general? There's another Oblivion Knight. You can curse it. What about like a unique one or a boss one? I don't know. I'm kind of getting off course here. Yeah, that was strange. I wonder, maybe you can't curse possessed enemies. Because that thing was a bitch to kill. Yeah, that was a pain in the ass to kill. What do you guys think about this? I mean, I don't think it's that bad, Player's 8. And here, I'm not going to cheat. I'm not going to get that shrine. I kind of want to see straight up what he can do with level 46 Poison Nova and all this gear that he has on. Of course, you could min and max it a little bit more. You could, for example, get rid of your cube and your little things right here and just have 2 more GCs, for example. But for optimal piercing of enemy poison res and just pure damage output, hell, this might be the best setup. Well, I guess you could get a 3 PMB amulet. I mean, you want two SOJs. You need the belt, unfortunately, to get that negative 25 pierce on the shield. The shield does give you 2 P and B. This, of course, gives you 25 poison skill damage. So it counts for quite a bit. Enigma. Right, you'd want Bramble. But you just... the mobility just sucks, and I would hate to have to settle with something else. Charges and an amulet. Or Nadges on Switch, you know, something like that. I just wouldn't really want to settle with that. Okay, so I'll do the last wave. See how well he could murder these guys. Like I said, they're pretty high in their poison resist, I think. But that's fine. That's fine. Hell, maybe I'll even revive a few of them. There we are. Maybe that's a godly AF rare bow. Don't want to skip that shit. Hit that seal, pop them corpses. Alright. Check out this bow. Where's Satan? Where's Satan? I guess I have the screen shake off. Okay, so you guys saw players 1 with Bell and how much of a pain in the ass that was. But really, I would guess it's about the same speed as players 8 Diablo. It's quite surprising. Maybe Bell just has a ton of resist or something. But just not immune. It's just really odd. But yeah, so this is like equivalent to a player's 1 Bell. I mean, I would hate to see how thick is player's 8 Bell with this character. It would be an absolute pain in the ass. Mercenary's dead now. Unfortunately. I mean, it's hard to say. Maybe Decrepify would be better in this scenario. Let me try Decrepify. I'm already piercing the res a lot. So there's Decrepify. It might, I don't know, maybe it's faster. You could revive the Urders in the River of Flame, is that right? Where they have Crushing Blow. And of course you could do that for Bal as well. You might as well. That would probably be the best solution. As opposed to having like a mercenary weapon with Crushing Blow on it. Just for convenience purposes, that's just annoying switching out. But then again, it's not very convenient either going to the River of Flame or wherever else to... I think it's the Palace Stellar has them as well with Crushing Blow. The big Urder things. Yep, quite tedious killing Satan. But that's fine. That's fine. If you guys will like the video, appreciate my supporters, my patrons, and my channel members. I am trying to grow my channel member aspect right now. I'm thinking YouTube might help promote my channel more, the more channel members I have. So if you guys want to become a channel member, hit that join button. I'll shout you out if you do for show. Hit that join button or click the first link in the description below to become a channel member. Appreciate y'all. And I have the little chart here with the channel members and the patrons. May your finances be blessed, those who support the Ice Boy, and may you have many wives. Peace with you.